Alliance's turn to ban. Team Secret's turn to ban.
Game 2 between Team Secret and Alliance is ready for you. We are in the draft. We're joined by Purge, who's going to help us break it down. We're here also with Kyle and Tiga still as well. And some heroes already banned on both sides. Purge, anything you want to see this game, or you want to see this game specifically?
I'm flexible, basically. I just want to see a cool draft come out. I don't think that other than the like lane setup advantage that they had, I don't think there was any like super specific to solve what happened last time.
Oh, I love this ban from Secret. I love the fact that they pushed the Nyx up into a higher order of ban just because they see the neck like the like and the beast have taken away.
Yep. And also, it's a good tip any of you tier 2, tier 1 teams out there. Although, be honest, anybody watching Secret right now probably tier 2 comparison. Necro 3 against Nyx. They've obviously solved that. Can't get it available. Nyx becomes much better hero choice.
Sort of the 1-2 punch of the lockdown. Sure. Okay, and something I wanted to touch on is simply the idea that I think second pick feels a lot better just because you know that the meta heroes is probably 4 or 5 of them. It's harder to draft when you're forced to pick one of the meta heroes, and then the other team has a good, strong response to it and like builds the entire draft around that. Like when you're first pick, unless you have some insane idea on how to draft away from the meta, you do feel kind of already pigeonholed in the first phase.
Turn to pick.
Yeah, they go back for the puck, which is what they did to answer Coddle, if I'm not mistaken, in the first series they played up in this deep. High reach, coil him, very easy to take him down.
Second 2. But yeah,
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we saw the versus Viking. We saw Puppy play a lot for the squad. So flex
also really good in that it rotates as a mid hero, and Coddle's not so good at countering that and shutting it down. So kind of covers a lot of bases.
I like the idea that we're just in this position level 4 already. You're not going to see the instant knockdown hero. Can you really go Kotal plus Lion, Kotal plus Shaman? You know, you're forced into like a Kotal plus
and Shaker's banned.
Shaker's banned, so it's kind of, you really only have the position 4 now, and it's only Earth Spirit, in my opinion, that can lie. So, okay, and this is where I feel like the draft kind of already feels a bit awkward because you're forced into this awkward support duo, right?
And if I'm Secret, like I actually think Alliance have to ban No Druid in this spot. Yeah, he's not a Necro 3 hero, but that's always been a very difficult hero for spots like this, where you have 2 squishy backline supports. Like the bear's just gonna run at you, and if you can't get through the bear, these heroes can't. Then you can't touch Secret's heroes.
I guess the question for Secret is simply the bans might look towards the bigger offlaners that enable these type of heroes. So like the Tide and Bristle, I think are good bans, unless you have an idea of how to counter maybe the Tide and turn, but still banning out the Bristle.
You can see a Dark Willow from Secret as a possibility, or even better, Furion. This is the OG special. When you see 2 squishy supports, we've seen this through the DPC. Pick a Furion, your lanes are almost guaranteed. One of them, the Furion, is guaranteed to win.
It's all here.
At least the long will get boots first people to be past the treants generally, but and Coddle can blast them a little bit, but you're definitely right that it
5 seconds remaining.
That being said, it's not that much of a flex pick for Team Secret, is it? It's normally Zai playing it.
Yeah, but you see both the ports. I think it's fine in that spot.
Yeah, I think the key thing here is you can play the puck in the middle 5, you can't play the Furion. And I think depending on how the draft develops, they'll happily flex the heroes and what's best.
And
we've seen them play it before, that's the key thing.
And unlike other teams, even if they play it, Secret really like the puck as a 5. So if this is an OG lineup, we're like, okay, that's tops in the puck, and it's a no teller set profit. You flip that here because it's either Puppy or Nisha who will be on the puck. Likely Puppy, and again, because you see the supports, it doesn't really matter what core you pick. If it's landing with a Coddle, you're gonna feel just fine as the profit against it.
I would like to say though, and put a lot of emphasis on this, when we talk about Secret's draft and we praise certain aspects, it's simply because of the defensive nature that they install into their gameplay, that certain heroes do feel a lot stronger, or they have options to pick new heroes because they're not often smoking early. They're not crossing that river and trying to get strong map control. They're playing for strong laning setups and the ability just to have a slow entry into the game. And that alone, unlike other teams like Alliance, for example, we praise them on their 4-minute rotation, breaking down that mid lane. And it's a product of being able to play out the start of the game, that laning phase And if they don't have that, it's harder for them to play. And that's why I think often when we look at Secret's draft, we praise them a lot more just because gameplay is so opposite of most of these teams in the DPC right now.
In other words, Secret good.
Yes.
Secrets
Well, it's
turn
Secret
to
patient.
ban.
I think that the allegories to chess are most defined. Like when you watch Secret play, they're picking opening lines that are understood, but they just do it in a way that is more solid than really everyone else in Dota. And they're good enough that they can take these minute advantage and
10 seconds
positional
remaining.
changes to just kind of crush an endgame. Like that
Alliances
match against
turn
Alliance
to
was
ban.
just
But this Viper ban from Alliance is like, don't want them to take away our the offlane hero.
Yeah.
And then Secret instantly pivots from like the Ricky
Yeah.
ban into, hold on, the Viper's
yeah.
in play.
And Bristle's probably
yeah,
gonna be our
exactly.
next ban.
Yep.
And I like the Pango ban
10
from Alliance. They
seconds
did
remaining.
scouting because when they've done this in the past, specifically with the puck opener, they've
5
third picked
seconds
Pangolier
remaining.
because it gives this puck 5 a ton of value because now just a coil and a Pango is absurdly strong in these mid-game team play.
It's kind of interesting because Pango is also a hero that normally Zai would play. I guess it's everything is a little bit flex.
Team secrets.
What are you
turn
thinking,
to
Purge?
ban.
I see frowns.
Yeah. Yeah, everything is so flexible. It's hard to identify where Secret is going to go with their heroes, so it definitely makes it really hard. You guys have been saying to their matchups look solid right now. Troll is the kid that's been stabilizing
10
them,
seconds
so
remaining.
makes sense to ban that as well. Basically, just a lot of lane strength
5 seconds
goes out of
remaining.
the second phase for Alliance.
Team
Hell yeah.
secrets
Yes,
turn
sir.
to pick.
Yeah, he's getting his steps for the day. He's taking this series.
I know what they're gonna do. It makes sense. It's beautiful. Oh, you want to ban our break mechanic? Okay, we'll ban the 2 heroes that we need a break mechanic.
But
for.
what
Can
if
we
this is
draw a special
Alliance
back?
controlling the draft now? You ban out a Viper and
Sure.
Secret are forced to have to ban these
That's what I
2,
mean.
and then you
It's
pivot someone.
10
They're
seconds
understood
remaining.
lines. Like this is it's to your point. Yes, it's good from both sides.
5
Sure,
seconds
Alliance are forcing
remaining.
this movement, but let's see how they capitalize.
Alliances turn to pick.
And then, okay.
Earth Spirit coming out.
Now you have the Earth Spirit puck combination. Of course, it now aligns that I think puck
Yep.
most likely will be picked simply because of that combination alone.
This is stuff that Puppy's concept has been what he's been working with since they
10
won the Shanghai
seconds
Mage.
remaining.
Profit plus global mobility,
5
high
seconds
reach,
remaining.
lot to catch.
Okay, so
Capitalize on kills. That means towers.
poor positioning, damage applied to that, and a +1 factor. Okay.
Yeah.
It works even better because Alliance is
Team
so
secrets
far
turn
really
to
squishy.
pick.
They're vulnerable to being dove, to being silenced, to being gone on. So
So Alliance,
perfect.
yeah, and they are able to deal with this Earth Spirit puck combination because Void Spirit in the lane against puck, you have the Cunning Blade, your melee hero, you do pretty well. And then in the early points, you don't care about Earth Spirit rotation. Of course, when puck gets coil, that's when it gets a
10
bit awkward.
seconds
I think it's
but-
remaining.
puck though.
Yeah, if it is the puck mid loads. That's what I'm saying about the Void Spirit. Now
5 seconds
maybe you
remaining.
can put the puck lower down because like we don't have that instant hard easy matchup where it's like core kill.
Yeah, but you see it. So now Secret have this advantage where they don't feel like that match too bad. They just take Puppy's hero here, and you save your last pick, or you just take a core that can be mid or safe. In this spot in the past, I think they have gone. They don't pick Kunkka 4th. Usually that would be 5th. I also think Lone Druid is
Alliances.
next.
Yeah, I prefer to see a carry here. Okay, they go for DP.
Works here, yeah. Same concept. It's still open. You still actually don't know for sure if it's on people or not.
Just you know, create even more confusion. Does Nisha play Earth Spirit mid?
Don't think so.
Okay.
I think maybe once or twice.
10
It's not been like a
seconds.
It's
prominent
possible.
hero.
Everything's possible. What is Dota?
5
anymore?
seconds remaining.
Silence is really good as well. Very good hero that fit into their ambiguity while also giving good matchup.
Yeah, 3 heroes with the silence
I
already.
really want to see Mars though, for Alliance. Because if it's Puck or Fury in 5, I think Mars will do well. With the Coddle, you have a lot of spam on that lane. And I said it in the last series, but I feel like Alliance, they need a hero that when Secret try and go to an objective, they need to be able to command the fight
Yes.
and do something.
Alliances
Like,
turn to
okay, they
ban.
go for the racing. All right.
I should have seen the DP, but that is the best win or best matchup against Void Spirit, just in the lane and throughout the game, because you naturally invite aggression. That's how you like to play the game. You buy KB, you buy Yols, you apply a lot of power pressure early, and you have an advantage in the lane.
This is a good race.
Turn to
In
ban.
fact, that they needed someone to that front line. A lot of damage comes within the ultimate chaining, and obviously Wraithking can tank that. You know, I've seen it 1,000 times before now. I only fear for Alliance pace of their early damage. They have some nice wave clear to some degree, but I'm not seeing them be able to smoke up early on.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe a finger kill, compared to like the Secret, where they do have a lot of more
5 seconds
skirmish
remaining.
desires, and it can also unlock Roshan and these towers. But yeah, again, I think if they have a strong offlane that has good team fight and tower defense from S4,
Alliances
the Alliance are in a good
turn to
position to
ban.
not obviously be walked over in 20
Yeah,
minutes.
Mars, this so.
Oh, there's the Mars back. Oh,
Yeah, Mars would have been really good. 'Cause
Yeah.
It would have made it so easy for them to chain like 3 times in a row on anybody they went
yep.
between Void and Wraithing and. So yeah, there's damage, stable, some mix of that for their offlaner.
10
So what's left for
it's
S4?
Dark Seer, they have a lot of mana cores.
That's
Doesn't particularly counter the enemy, but
Most of his heroes are banned out at this point. This is the difficulty in the patch right now. When you leave your offlane to the last pick, I think it's so hard to pick with confidence because there's only 5 or 6 offlaners that have that real kind of defend our tower mentality.
Team
And other than that, it's a
turn
kind of
to
skirmishing
ban.
fight. And right now, for Rancid's draft, they need the defense.
So the ban Slark, I can see the Matu Lone Druid in my mind's eye, and I just think to myself, damn, that mid-game tempo, they're gonna run a bear in, pop all their spells, and represent so much more damage. The difficulty with the Alliance
10
lineup right now
seconds
is their
remaining.
lack of sustained DPS in fights until their Wraith King is able to
5
actually
seconds
be
remaining.
their single core.
would a bat mid on Alliance into offlane Void? Is that what the Slark is?
Oh, that
That could
could
be an
be
option,
sick.
yeah.
I think you ban Bat if you're Secret. That's a really good
Alliance.
point. Now, suddenly Secret can't draft for them.
Round outs, I think
Seconds remaining.
Brewmaster maybe. Like you can't deal with
Yeah.
the fight, but at least just take away one hero and then take the fight once the rating's ready. But it's a real
I like
difficult position right now
but-
for.
You have limited stuns. Like,
Yeah.
Lion is lockdown, Void Spirit is catch, sure.
Well, okay,
but it's just hard to play fast.
There's no Pangolier, there's no Mars, there's no Bristlebat, there's no Timber.
Team
Clock?
Secret's turn to pick.
Tide.
Okay. Tide's still there. I don't mind that. Of course, it stands in front of the tower, it does great there. I'm
Yeah.
just scared of the damage because outside of Illuminate, Lion Finger, fast steps, that's about it for your early damage. A bit worries.
10 seconds
I
remaining.
think Gush is pretty good, like
True.
-4 armor
That is
level in
true.
Gush, so that plus
5
Spirit and
seconds
Wraithing
remaining.
could some kills on like DP
Yeah.
pre-plate mills.
What is Matu? I mean, Jug, Lifestealer, pretty simple options, like good matchups. The innate BKB is quite nice. I think Lone Druid's less likely against Tide, but still very possible. I just really want to see Mott play it. I think it's. Oh my God, we forgot Ursa.
Choose your-
Jesus.
I was just thinking the Ursa and I didn't want to say it. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, you benefit from the pace your team can play with.
Yeah.
Tide is now just like, oh God, not this. Man, the stats resistant 8 against all this lockdown.
I think the key difference there is for Alliance, they have a way to awkwardly defend towers and prolong the game. And then we have seen Wraith Kings where once they get heard of early aggression, they can tank up some key damage.
Whoa.
What's the way? Is there
It's
anything
a
different?
Prophet Puppy and
Okay.
a Zybuck.
Wow. We don't often get to see the offlane puck because it doesn't apply as much pressure to the safe lane. So normally teams have been shifting away from that. But interesting to see how
Well,
that works out this time.
When you're against a Wraith King Coddle, though, Puck in theory can actually.
You can dodge
stuff.
everything, right? You dodge
He's
the stun.
safer than a Furion would be in the lane, and it allows Zapsor to play around middle or bottom.
Sure. Interesting stuff.
Final thoughts on the draft, Purge?
Yeah, I agree with what you guys said. I think the only downside is then you have Prophet against a Tide, which isn't that amazing, but like so you can punish the Lion, go for that instead, and Ursa should give them the oomph they need. So probably Secret, but I think Alliance has some okay lane setups.
All right. Thank you very much. Kyle.
Yeah, look, Alliance have looked a lot better over this DPC.
have.
Improving, but I swear, Secret is just right now ahead of the game. Like they're just too damn good at a level that I haven't really seen often in our game. So I favor them here. I think we've got answers.
Yeah, I'm worried about the impact of the support duo. I think the core players have got very comfortable heroes for themselves, but I'm just skeptical of the support duo. And but either way, I think maybe he could be everything.
Can-
Might of course, secret favored.
Yeah.
Time,
Are they gonna get that time for Nico Baby's Wraith King? We're gonna find out. Let's head over to OD Pixel and Fox, the second game of the series.
Yeah, so what do you reckon, Fogged? Are we going to get a closer game here? Or are you already worried once again for being against what Secret's drafted?
Having some concerns as I'm seeing some limited team fight really coming up from Alliance.
Prepare for
Afraid
battle.
if they don't have Ravage, they almost can never fight. A lot of these times when I've been seeing the Rare Kings, they don't join the game. They literally don't play Dota until that Radiant online. I think maybe with the Coddle, they can change that up a little bit with recalls and whatnot, but I'm very worried on just the spells in general. When I look at Secret's team fight, Death Prophet ulti, Puck ulti, Earth Spirit ulti, Nature ulti, all these great damage instances, great for team fighting. Alliances mostly pick off a single target besides like Kai. Very hard for them to play besides having that Ravage. It looks like they're going to pose themselves as an aggro tri-lane themselves so they can get this good match for us so we can avoid this Ursa, which I think is a pretty good approach. As long as they can protect this game, then I'm feeling a little bit better for Lions.
I mean, and that as well, how
30
highly do you
seconds
rate
to
that
battle.
finishing pick here from Secret? Is a pretty nice game for the Matu Bear.
Yeah, it looks great. Long duration team fights, they thrive. I feel like Alliance, they have to have this big explosion, a big explosive connection at the instant start of these fights. Otherwise, the fights will be difficult. Wraith King versus the Death Prop, Exorcism, you pop your Incarnate, Exorcism still gonna keep going and hitting you. It really does feel like an uphill battle for Alliance. Both of their supports don't really bring too much team fight in general. They have to be just playing around their cores pretty much exclusively this game.
If Alliance throw, give it a shot here in game 2. So
Yeah, let's do it.
as long as S4 doesn't have a sort of rougher beginning and is able to contribute, I think already we're going to be a step towards having a bit of a closer game than game 1 was.
Yeah, in the tough lane though. He's gonna be
is.
playing versus the Ursa. At least it's a puck. Maybe would be a little bit better to deal with the harassment between Tide in comparison to the Puck. But the Puck actually threatens a little bit more versus. This is just the approach that Secret wanted to take. As Puck probably feels like he can zone out on the support as Nature's Prophet, while the zone actually might just be gone on the gush.
She doesn't go out to base, it's Secret on the tower. Aggression from Alliance weaken him at the start of the lane. And then sort of up top as the panel swung back, I play the Puck back on the off lane. We do see it sometimes, but not really too frequently nowadays as compared to mid position.
Yeah.
Is it like what's sort of the reasoning for this game? Is this a game where Zai will be able to perform with this hero from the offlane?
So the thing seeing is why they transitioned is not only because the Puck is versus that line, so we see the priority shifted a bit, but I see in this game he can actually force the lane, he can force this wave it versus the Wraith King, and Puck harasses really well. His damage is actually quite high. Like the Wraith King, that's probably the big reason, and he can just dodge this. Yapstor is chase FNG. See, Yap's starting with boots to keep up in speed to the Coddle. He's got a Matu's actually struggling with the bottom.
Yep,
The gush.
he nearly died.
Quite
He they died when they were diving. So, already sort of a better ability for last 4-2 here is down. S4 is not getting zoned out completely. So far, S4 is trading very nicely with these two.
That's the most important thing for this game, is just making sure people get off the bat with a decent start, not dying, which, I mean, already as a Tide Hunter winner, look, this person, you're feeling damn good. Seeing the mid lane being a bit difficult for Limp just because of the nature of the matchup to the Death Prophet, just constant harassment. You're getting forced, the way it's forced on you, better at him and damage on the Prophet. For Limp to do better in than already.
No, yeah. Anytime he tries to step up, he's going to take unfavorable trade it down. Close to the bottle though. We'll see him being able to be a bit more aggressive to secure that CS.
Yeah, he's not risk of dying by any means. He just can't actually last it as well with the Death Prophet by any means. I think Nico Baby is still getting solid about he's getting it wrapped a lot. Hit left on the bottom. We're down to the last tank. Close.
Doing a good job here for an ad. Back on his part, just him go for a lot of getting down one.
Might be able to get up here, but not. This looks at the training is too much. He just has literally zero regen. He's got the courier coming out with boots and pop him a salve. He's very limited down here. Maybe with the commit for the kid to fix up this lane a little bit. Gonna grab the first overpower. As the Duno line is moving from the lane, so S4 does have to be a bit cautious at the moment. A nice rune check coming from Hanskin. And he does have the bottle from S4 to get taken, so it's going to be brought down bottom. And S4 does survive that aggressive move that they try to take advantage.
Yeah, Bob in the south, fine. He's able to keep it and stop Matic from getting this.
The trick to salve and then bottle thing. Does lose a bit of
Top lane. Get the setup on a Yapzor, but quite him in the Illuminate blast. Seeing top lane with the farm, even they wow. Does get FNG. I mean, we see the two of them play around with each other, both. You know, with FNG on very low HP, so to punish him this time.
Yapster just, for the last 5 minutes, he just played around the pole. He just prevented the pole on and just sitting on FNG, checking if the Illuminates come out. And with that warp too, we'll see that the warp does now finally get taken damage already. At least he gets the point.
Denied.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Mid, Nisha. The glyph also to be able to his catapult coming in. This pressure looks quite sick, so he can't actually do anything to this. And is start maybe over, make it over, but catapult doesn't rotate really well. Doesn't have available either to try to help out this push. Now Yapster is going to make the connection. Oh, he can't go hit or two from the harder keep attack.
Done, but he's just now let's hit the stick.
Lift his hip.
He's hit the stick. He's able to get him past him.
Very nice.
Well, yep. Available. Yapster's going to get dragged back into the Illuminate. No. Check that bomb. It's a fine. You need to roll out. I guess you go for the roof. Yeah, time to set out and stop him. So could escape down bottom. Secret at least what's a Mr. S4 being on his own. Pick off, but so it's a stronghold there from Alliance coming in and punishing that burst exorcism. And I guess he didn't quite expect to be caught by the son of house coming from the trees there. It's rather neat.
Yeah, he's getting set up on it.
And he's very, very dead. 2 times in a row. Big move from Alliance to round mid. Really shaking. He's early. Back.
He expected caught up here in one of those situations. Really getting out in the bottom score. He blocked the line. Here's what
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier
He's going to be fine. FNG cleans it. I must die. Gets the trap.
Radiant's middle tower is under
the game for a
attack.
minute.
Up from Alliance quickly in these first 7 minutes. Nice rotations from they're breaking the lanes, and it seems to be catching Secret off guard nicely. As Nico Baby, he has started to just free farm up, so they know that they can pick the lanes like this.
Getting himself that armlet straight up. Having an armlet as soon as he can against
Radiant's top
his
tower is under attack.
Hard first down. If you play smart, this not going to be in a position to threaten the Wraith King at all with this quick armlet.
Yeah, I've been pretty close to debating between 2 items where I'm seeing the influencers on Wraith King. There's that Helm of Iron Will or the chain. I think I'm liking the Helm of Iron Will a little bit more. I'm sure it's a little old, you have to wait for, but You're gonna get it at some point anyway. I love armor.
Anisha. I'm gonna get the quite got the burst into the head. It's here to foul. Man, they won't be able to burst Anisha down. Anisha's trying to burn with the health gaps.
Tower is under
Chasing
attack.
over towards it. He's got any further way to get out of it? He hasn't. This time around, they brought the back up. And as we're trying to
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, done.
Yo.
A lot of rotations though. Even though folks coming out from secret to try to bail him out. That's
Radiant's top tower is under
We
attack.
do get the kill. We see the Wraith King get all the space in the. We see FG can stacking stuff from the line for some moments. It's a level 6. 3 point. Nature being a little first up. Back to nature. These 2 moments. They go these. FNG stacking, Lion also stacking, Alliance going to maximize his. They have the Wraith King, so they know Wraith King. He's going to have to sit in the jungle at some time. Back up to get that good time.
Well, he's going to be pretty. I'm still looking at the line of secret there. It feels the collective is going to be able to make him on this Wraith King and secure killing him twice, really, right? Nico is going to have quite a big window in this game where I don't think he's going to get anything at it.
The only thing he has to worry about is just the system. It's the thing that incarnate immediately. I think Nisha's rotation has to be pretty important to slow down Alliance right now. So it's really good. So Nisha gonna TP top to start to throw it out there. So you have to be careful. Be very careful. I mean, you have ward spotted, but
are you getting the Nico maybe out of here somewhere else on the map?
If that's
are
really an empty one. I think Blue can just really have an arm already. Should take this fight.
You see, very they throughout there.
Yeah.
They're starting to get back up. Nisha's COVID well, they don't feel the opportunity was there to go for it, or as you said, they were aware that would be happening up and try and turn things around. So these are here for now, and a lot on their way up.
Yeah, I think Secret's going to play a little more defensively because of how this early game went. They wanted to do better in the lines as well, so S4 go for all those
Radiant's
towers.
bottom tower is under attack.
Those towers, that's the figure at red. Get issue.
Either just gotta get out. Oh, now nature's gonna be okay. Not been able to get the jump that he needed to make the magic happen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
These are not opportunities. Before getting bumped, ravage here, and just save him.
Dire's
That's why he
That's
is
it.
able to get away there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Their towers when the push up, at least this Fenji calls. They wanted to try to test with the hack.
Less than 1k in. So this is the sort
Radiant's
of game.
top tower is under attack.
Steve from 2 teams very much.
Yeah, and they're in really good position for long. Just get all these farms. It's hard because when they haven't got or either. Last game, all 3 towers are taken super early on. This time, because them and doing it having S4 for Arthur. They're little team push as well, really working up at the moment. Just keep great getting his. Well, actually, at 5v5. The concern I have with these Wraith Kings is they're playing 4v5. But they're doing baby all the space.
Really is. He's having no complaints this game. He's very happy.
Dire's top tower
Place
is
for
under
Nico
attack.
to be in right now.
Okay. They're going for a very farm heavy items. Bots on Nisha, bots queued up from Zai, and a Battle Fury on Ursa. So all 3 cores have gone for the greediest choice that can. So that is probably going to put them in a weird position to ready to fight. They're pretty keen.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how much luck punish that. Because lies themselves when we say Nico is going to be happy sitting back and farm that Radiance up, pretty defensively over his for the not really looking to
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So
attack.
get down to the before in particular to see what moves they can make into Secret.
Dyer's
At
middle
this time,
tower is under attack.
and each might have the ability
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
as much as
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Their heroes do benefit as much as from items from others. You know, just their toolkit
Radiant's
is
bottom tower is under
the puck
attack.
orb, silence. Just use up a force. So if get caught and take advantage
Dyer's top
of
tower
because of their
is under
position,
attack.
they're decent to work. About sure to do the damage.
they can get away with. I mean,
Radiant's bottom
minutes
tower
in
is under attack.
there's not a huge
Dyer's
amount of
top
action
tower
going
is
on.
under attack.
No.
Radiant's bottom
But
tower
Nico,
has fallen.
like this is the dream. You're able to go out of been given absolute most freedom in the game. You're the dictator right now, the loans, even though you have
Dyer's
as
top
overwhelming team
tower
fight
has
secret
fallen.
ravage. They're able to actually pose a threat.
What it? Easy. Like a puppy is chuck. Section. It's gonna push very close to having that done.
Radiant's
1700
middle tower is
towards
under
the
attack.
tide.
Okay, so he's going for the blink because I feel you know if he can't enough to understand if he gets spoiled and Ursa gets on him,
Radiant
so
structures
he
are
needs to
fortified.
just
Dyer's top
that's
tower
a cool
is
approach
under
if you
attack.
to get a good time.
No, for sure, and it's exactly what they need to try and play into the faces of heroes. You know, I've gone for these times will benefit the lack of action if there is some. So that blink's really going to allow Alliance to step it up and to just jump, you know, onto this box. If he gets committed on with Ravkin, he will fly very easily to the members of Alliance, even.
Having this hero to support,
It's gold for me.
will never get on. Will never get countered. Very unexpected. He's able to watch his forward. He even blocks entry ward too. So maybe that does get taken away.
Bounty.
Nice bit of a boost there for Alliance as well. We've getting 3 of those bounty runes.
Sometimes on the line, they're getting farm on X that these two supports did get. 2k gold lead now from Alliance. They're benefiting more from this one time.
Radiant
It's coming into place. Catching the finger that a bit high backwards time, Matty running it's down this great stuff around. Jump back in. He's back onto Yapso. Yapso's got
Nico baby.
Nico baby, he needs help. He is.
Dyer's bottom tower
Will
is
lose
under
the race
attack.
kick.
Puck out!
And big target. Overall team fight, they're
See it again.
they
Yeah,
got this power
right.
too.
Straight up move.
big problem, like in particular. His damage is still always going to be there. I see he's rushing for BKB, and they're going to have to try to get some situations where we're able to focus on him instead of Zai. Because I feel like Zai's going to baiting game where he jumps and baits the line to go for him. And even though it's nice, which sucks for Spirit, they're protecting Nisha, like the finger first from over left control. But I feel like it's going to be on Hotskin in particular, maybe even just the rat, all the coordination to just get on this Prophet and burst her. Her damage is, it's going to...
Middle tower is on.
Instant damage for the entire duration of his life, such as it.
but it isn't enough. As the crit comes in, Alliance will take the team buff.
Beautiful words coming into play. They see absolutely everything that Secret's trying to do. Sure, they lose that start, but they isolated for a second. FNG has ult, recalls S4. Ravage isn't what gets Nisha killed, but Alliance ready for that fight, even though they lose their
Radiant's
tide.
top tower is under attack.
Fight. Nisha dying back. This time they really focus on Nisha.
Yeah, Absol. He comes this pump, he's going to come in and look out. It's back up! It's back up, it's ready to come around. They might lose FNG, but they're going to be able to get 2 kills from this turn. As Puppy and Yapto losing their lives there for that F onto FNG, and it's exactly as you... As soon as it's gone, it's ready again.
The free that Chakra is absolutely insane. Secret, they get ulted pretty hard. Nisha's time is not going to be very much stagnated after that last fight. Absolutely, that's 4. Be careful.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I like the pickup from S4. Actually, the Ghost Scepter is really nice. Protect him versus that Earth just chasing him and following him in all the fights. Now he can actually find time to be able to get the Ravage off. Okay, he's good. Alliance. Making Nico Baby be the king.
Yes,
almost got the AC level 20 as well. Started to be a real.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And a great pattern how to execute the fight. I get and get Nico Baby on top of one of these targets.
Kill, they cleaned it up. Nisha's got the push out, but it doesn't matter. But into the finger, Alliance. Done it again. Another clip down as they take bomb down. Poppy will win, but there's nothing it can do to turn this around. As Alliance are into the pit, and this Roche should be unless Yapso can cope with a steal.
Vision with that remnant right now. The stone remnant. Well, but they're on him.
And again, down. That ward's still paying dividends on the half ground.
Beautiful play there. S4 reset, getting the Ravage on everybody. The skin in the beat. He's is onto the Ursa. She comes out as he's dying. Big coordination comes down from the line. Limp. 1 and 7. 19 of the sees the opportunity to seize quickly when he sees the chances to jump and pop those heroes.
They're popping up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Very actually here after that game was incredibly
Dire's top tower is under attack.
How backs did they this game? Because these lines, all the gold that they have, they're able to control the fights from now. So they can just hang around the back line. FNG is just speaking in the midst of it, running all the spells too. It's really good.
Double the stacks. Secret's able to achieve them for themselves this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Secret heavily up to the back, but they're having to rely on treants to push out the waves. Nisha forcing up his bots. Nisha's still a ways away from Ashiva's guard.
Radiant's middle tower has
those
fallen.
last 2 deaths really hurt him.
Dire's
That
top
buyback
tower is
in
under
particular.
attack.
The Lions will get themselves 2
Finders, keepers. And this is, this is the games.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
See, a secret rivalry games, but
are
always fun to see them under pressure to see. ENG. But they're getting already.
Right now.
Catch from the trees. They're opening with a hex on. And he's put the BKB to be out of it. That's going to be left behind. And just will some in the coil to stop them from still closing the gap. That catch on Zayas. Man, stacks on this camera. 5 stack there.
He's almost level 18 as well. Yeah, he's done a lot of this game. He's actually just targeting Simon. But pressure bot with these all lane.
That's his falls over there. There's a Ravage available. That's who's got a rip. He needs to commit BKB or that raid. They'll allow it to just fuck high. And him getting under the tier 3s. Moving on the pump. Nico, baby, he's into the base. He gets strong in. And lats up on top of the outlet. He's poking right towards the bound. The dragon. It's sniping. Kill it. Not within their own back.
Radiant structure. Radiant's middle tower.
Beautiful in this game.
Radiant's middle tower is fallen.
They just claimed themselves a rack.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
He's gonna block. Copy down.
Radiant's
Build
middle
up.
barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower
Then
is
not just
fallen.
gonna spot side secret.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
And
Dire's
too,
bottom
it's when they took the
tower
vote.
is under attack.
Instantly.
Radiant's bottom barracks is
It all just
fallen.
collapses on the spread. 2 racks is down. Pretty irrecoverable for the side secret.
Some main moves to swing this him around. Try and get out. Gambler past it. He's still out. It's to punish. It's just they're going to try something. The opportunity to actually do it this stage is just going to be rare. Never happen. With the pop these up to 3 kills. Make sort of.
Still, they have 1 more X left. The Lions can just come to the back to get the half defense by any means. Right? Whoever put go, we're watching these streams. We don't care about these streams.
It's going to be a lot of creep waves to back them up.
No. Alliance continuing to hold this high ground, continuing to grow this lead. Secret trapped in the base.
Yeah.
Set the stage.
Nico Baby's getting very close to the bit. He has it. He has it
yes,
complete.
He does.
Yeah, 30 minutes in, Nico Baby.
Oh boy, that's nice. I did see the British top 7 mark. So
Yeah.
favorite.
Whoever they jump, Nico Baby's now going to have most of the damage to go out and take them for stun. It doesn't even matter if it's massive. If they're able to get the jump on him before BKB pops the, it will be able to do serious damage to this before he gets a chance to fight.
Yeah, he's got control. He's just got control in general for the KB. So Nisha, a hero that really relies on mobility, can just crippled and destroyed even for.
Dire are scanning.
Just high ground, waiting to Alliance sort of split up, leave someone behind, but the Alliance just aren't doing that.
Yeah, look at the way they're fucking
It's
Nico
so hard
Baby
to get in
at the
on
front
them.
here. Finji and Hans are steps a little bit hard to get off. Nice dodge.
At the start, we'll fit it down. It's going to stop it down and chase any, but Limp at top. Everybody he's got a block. He's going to be able to get that stuff from back to blink back. See Nick. Oh, Limp's having a run. He's in our top. It's the movement. Will match to break away. As we will.
The vision, he's rolling it. They saw the spirit just for like a fraction of a second when he was put down the blue dodge. They kind of support by able to get back for one in the it's the looks very, very prepared for those wraparounds, it does seem.
Impressive stuff this game 2 from Alliance.
They'll send Hanskin back to base, refills up, get recalled back into the fight, and he'll be available for this next final push.
He's out. He's probably fingered. He's in the game. He's out of the game for 80 with the advantage. Follow Rabbit. Keisha stunned in position. As that smoke goes down, it's game over. GG is called Alliance. Hit back with a solid punch here in game 2. To Bruce 1-1. They've really stepped it up in the game. I mean, how can we see the difference between this and the last game? What does this really say to you? Is it just that last game, the draft was that unplayable for Alliance, and when the playing field's level, we do see Alliance at this potential?
Yes, and I also think that they just seemed a lot more alive in this game. Like the